Where are you from? Now, this is a question I get a lot because I meet a lot of new people. And so I had to answer this question this evening, and my answer usually begins with, well, actually, I don't know because like I've moved 30 times in 30 years. So where do I start? But I'm a Queenslander and now I'm here, and then I'll usually jump into the reasons why. Now, you might have just heard me say 30 times in 30 years. Like, what? Yes, 30 times in 30 years. Now, let me explain that and break it down a little bit more for you. So, some of those 30 moves in 30 years have been literally just down the street or across campus or to a new dorm room. Some of them have been across oceans. I have moved overseas in two different island places twice. So I used to live in the Solomon Islands. I've lived in Hawaii. I've lived in three different states in Australia, I'm pretty sure, in multiple different parts of each state. I've been moving a lot. I've been moving since I was a month old, and most of the moves that I've done have been since I was about probably 17 or so, and most of them by myself without my family. It's just been me and God moving around. Now, there's something significant about some of these moves, and I was just reflecting on some of them. Like, why have I moved? And it's something I've thought about a few times over the years. Some of the moves have come at the end of like a difficult season. And I was thinking, was it that I moved to a new place or started a new job or left a previous position because it just got too hard? And the answer is no, not just because it got too hard, but because in some of those hardest moments where I had to leave a particular situation where I was, I guess, felt like I was leaving a disgrace and like my whole life was crumbling down around me. As I now reflect back, I can see that what happened next because of the move, because of leaving a situation, God has then propelled me much quicker into the next season of usually things that He's wanted to teach me. And like, I'm 30 years old, and here I am. I'm nearly finished a master's degree in ministry, having served in, I don't even know off the top of my head how many churches I've worked in. I've worked in two churches as a Bible worker, one church as a youth pastor. I've worked in a school as a chaplain. I've worked as a teacher's aide and support staff in another school, as a volunteer overseas. Like, I have done a lot of things in many different places, and I actually have quite a wealth of experience, which when I've gone to interviews in recent times, people are like, whoa, you actually have so much experience, particularly for your age. Like, who are you? Like, where are you seeing yourself in the future? And I can see that for me, the way that God has been moving me, especially in those moments of it feeling like, oh no, what have I done? Have I just like destroyed my life? Is it crumbling down around my ears? Actually, no. Like, it feels bad for a bit, particularly in some of those situations. But looking back, those uncomfortable seasons have led to some of the most fruitful seasons, moving to a new place where I have the most new opportunities, and including, hey, moving to where I am now a year and a half ago. I was so hesitant to move away from where I was, and when God asked me 6 months before I moved, so now about 2 years ago, hey, can I take this particular season away from you? And I fought, and I was like, no, this is everything that I've ever wanted or seen myself doing. This is like my whole personality. What are you doing? Why would you want to take that away from me? And after freaking out for 5 minutes, I finally decided, hey, you know what, God, you always have a much better plan for my life. So I am going to let you do what you do best, and you can be in control. Just whatever it is that I have to learn next, please help me to learn quickly and easily and not too roughly. And so what followed that conversation with God was a few months of some really uncomfortable time, and like just difficult, uncomfortable, And as the time was winding up, as things were getting closer to me leaving that season and moving to where I am now, I was like, oh man, is there any way I can stay where I am one way or another? I don't know. I don't think the next place is going to be right for me. But now that I've moved to where I am and that other season is behind me and I've stepped into this new season, I remember right as I was on the cusp of changing over, my stepdad said to me, hey, Lindsay, I think you can do whatever you want. Like, however you want to do this, it'll be, probably good either way. However, I really think that by moving to your university, you're actually going to experience so many new opportunities that you wouldn't be able to experience where you are right now. And this was not just any old statement. It wasn't just like, an encouragement. But for me, I could really tell that God was speaking to me through that. So I actually jotted it down. Sometimes, there'll be people who say something or something will just jump out at me, hit me in the face, And so, I want to write that down. I want to remember that statement and come back to it. And to be honest, 18 months later, I'm looking back over the experience that I've been having and go, wow, the opportunities that have come my way because of this move, because of the ending of one season in discomfort, in awkwardness and hesitancy to leave. Now that I'm in this new season, I can see the hand of God. And so I want to share this story. And I know I've been a little bit vague. Look, there's some things that I don't particularly want to make overly public, but there are so many opportunities ahead of you. No matter where you think you are in your life or how much you think you've screwed up, God has so much grace for all of us. And even in those moments where we think, I've probably ruined everything, you can't ruin God's leading in your life. If you continue to submit to him, if you lean into his leading in your life, he's going to do some amazing, beautiful things. And I am fully assured that God has led me to where I am right now. And I could have made my own choices and he probably would have given me other opportunities. But where I am, I know I am exactly right where I am meant to be. And I often say in prayer to God, thank you, Lord. I can see that I'm right where I am meant to be. And look, I don't know what's happening on your end of the screen, what is happening in your life. But let this be an encouragement that whatever season that you're in right now, if it's an uncomfortable season, if you are hesitant to step out into the next thing, if you feel bad about where you're at, if you are even content where you are, whatever your season is that you're experiencing, God is leading you. And he wants to give you wisdom. He wants to give you guidance. He wants to give you opportunities. He wants to grow you in new ways. And yeah, let me just let me circle back on that one. So I've moved 30 times in 30 years. Some of those times it was with my family and some of those times it was by myself. And so many of those times I've thought, well, somebody in my family maybe stuffed something up and that means that we have to move. Or now I think that I've stuffed something up and now I have to move. But each one of those times has propelled me so much quicker into the new area of learning, the new area of experiences than I ever could have done by myself. And look, maybe this is unique to me, or maybe this is what God is doing in your life as well. But I just want to encourage you strongly. Let God lead your life. Don't hold onto the reins too tightly. Don't hold onto the identity that you think that you have in some type of career, some type of calling, some kind of title over your life. The best thing that you can do is be a child of God and allow him to lead you. It's going to be a wild ride. It's going to be fun. It's going to be scary. It's going to be hectic and crazy and chaotic and peaceful. God is going to bring you peace, even in the midst of whatever storm. Lean into that and let him lead you. God bless you. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.